Hi, welcome to The Pursuit of Truth. So I was just watching this TED Talk by fulee. It's called How AI Can Save Humanity. And I thought it was really interesting. He talked about how AI will replace jobs in the next 5, 10 years, 15 years, and that this is a good thing. I mean, it seems like not a good thing because obviously people are going to be put out of work and made redundant. And what it will need is governments around the world to re-evaluate what we're here for. And, well, if they want their countries to work, they're going to have to find another way of giving people money or getting rid of money, which would be my benefit, my preference. And this will hopefully lead to it. Maybe this will lead to all the things I talk about in The Pursuit of Truth. Maybe AI will save humanity. Of course, the problem is there's always the possibility that the greedy, powerful people will still stay that way and will just embrace AI because it gives them free labour, and then they just will let people whose jobs are replaced, like they did when the coal miners and all that kind of stuff were replaced by the Industrial Revolution well, not industrial revolution, but you know what I mean, will be to just leave them and they apply for small amounts of benefits because they wouldn't be able to. I mean, it would be very difficult. They would have to work something out because there'd be so many people on benefits because they couldn't get jobs. There won't be enough jobs anymore because, well, unless you create new jobs instead, because if AI can do everything quicker, you know, like anything to do with computers, anything to do with learning patterns and even creativity, you know, which is the one that in this thing he said that may not be done by AI, but I don't believe that's true either, because if you think about it, a human baby is born with nothing. Yes, there is DNA and all that genetics and kind of stuff, but it learns everything from its parents, from its peers, and yeah, it does have the brain to be able to do that, but there's no reason why AI couldn't be treated like a human baby and just taught all these things in a very quick way. And once it's done once, which would take, you know, maybe 15, 20 years to create, you know, you might need to do more than one. The problem is you need those parents or those chances or those things that create that spark of creativity. Maybe it could be those people who already have it could do it. And then they would then, once it's taught, well, then it can replicate this. Whether it can replicate how much creativity, well, I don't know, but, and I do wonder, like in the future or even now, will artists, like I hear on AI now, AI Beatles or AI on Paul McCartney singing, you know, the songs he's written now, people have put them in his voices that would have been in Wings. Maybe these artists will use this AI when their voices are going to be able to sell records and still sound as they would if they could do. So I think it has a lot of benefits and hopefully free us from the world of money and our only life being about working and the real existence which we were meant here for, to love each other and to experience this once in a lifetime. Take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.
But what's more serious than the loss of jobs is the loss of meaning. Because the work ethic in the industrial age has brainwashed us into thinking that work is the reason we exist, that work defines the meaning of our lives. And I was a prime and willing victim to that type of workaholic thinking. I worked incredibly hard. That's why I almost left my wife in the delivery room. That's why I worked 996 alongside of my entrepreneurs. And that obsession that I had with work ended abruptly a few years ago when I was diagnosed with fourth-stage lymphoma. The PET scan here shows over 20 malignant tumors jumping out like fireballs, melting away my ambition. But more importantly, it helped me re-examine my life. Knowing that I may only have a few months to live caused me to see how foolish it was for me to base my entire self-worth on how hard I worked and the accomplishments from hard work. My priorities were completely out of order. I neglected my family. My father had passed away, and I never had the chance to tell him I loved him. My mother had dementia and no longer recognized me, and my children had grown up. During my chemotherapy, I read a book by Bronnie Ware, who talked about dying wishes and regrets of the people in the deathbed. She found that facing death, nobody regretted that they didn't work hard enough in this life. They only regretted that they didn't spend enough time with their loved ones and that they didn't spread their love. So I am fortunately today in remission. So I can be back at TED again to share with you that I have changed my ways. I now only work 965, occasionally 996, but usually 965. I moved closer to my mother. My wife usually travels with me. And when my kids have vacation, if they don't come home, I go to them. So it's a new form of life that helped me recognize how important it is that love is for me. And facing death helped me change my life, but it also helped me see a new way of how AI should impact mankind and work and coexist with mankind. That really AI is taking away a lot of routine jobs, but routine jobs are not what we're about. Why we exist is love. When we hold our newborn baby, love at first sight, when we help someone in need, humans are uniquely able to give and receive love. And that's what differentiates us from AI.